All right, we got our taper here. So just want to welcome everybody here today to Orange City Branch. I know a few of you, how many of you have actually been here? Okay, a couple of you. I know this is a part of your orientation this first week, and I'm just looking forward to the opportunity to tell you a little bit about customer service. And so if you have any questions at the end, please feel free to ask them. So today I'm going to focus on providing customer service, and customer service is a big deal here at American State Bank. But I'm going to kind of put my own little twist on it, just talk a little bit about my experience here in Orange City. And so I've titled my, and it's not going to be very long, but titled my speech here, Jim Kim and the Grateful Dead. And I hope maybe just that name itself might just hopefully help you down the road a little bit. I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Brandon Waldstra. Many of you may know that already, but some of you may not. I'm the market president here at American State Bank in Orange City. I have been here since 2015, and in 2015 is when we merged with Community Bank. So this bank that you guys are in right now was formerly Community Bank, and actually one of my jobs coming in was to kind of try to take what Community Bank did and kind of take it up to another level with our customer service and the way that American State Bank does business. And since then, we've had 300% growth since we started here. So we've had some good success in our market, utilizing some of the strategies that we've been going after. Before I was here at American State Bank, I also had two small businesses. So there was always an emphasis on customer service because at that point, I was really relying on those customers. And so today in our little short thing here, the goal is to understand that the little things matter when it comes to customer service. So if you look at this picture, all right, you see it? It's your typical bank customer walking in. And so what I want to tell you is a little story. I was here as about my first or second month at American State Bank, and we had been kind of, like I said, we had some employees and different policies, we've been changing things, and all of a sudden this, what I would, 6'6", 6'7" guy in sandals, shorts, and a Grateful Dead shirt walked in with two big things of coin, okay, and he kind of came lumbering in, and he set those two things on the front. Now at this point, we had no idea. We were here new. Most of us were new. We didn't know if it was a customer, not a customer. But our policy was something like that. We have the capability to do it. It really doesn't cost us much. So he said, basically, I'd like to change these coins in. We said right away, absolutely, we'll do that for you. And for some reason, I had kind of made my way up there, and they're doing the coin. We started talking to him. And really what it came down to was he went to his bank and he was sick of them asking if he was a customer or not. He felt like they should know who he is. And so he brought it over here. He said, you know what, I think I should come and open an account. And you're like, okay, that's great. Yep, thank you. We can stop by sometime and open the account. No, and open it. Yeah, let's just do it now. Came in, sat down, and opened an account here and decided that he would transfer his money over from our competing bank. Thought that was great. And came to find out, in between the two accounts, he transferred almost $200,000 over from the two accounts. So what I hope you're going to hear out of this is three lessons that I think we learned about customer service. The first one is don't judge a book by its cover. So we have a gentleman that walks in. We have a lot of different customers, and I know we shouldn't judge people by their appearances. And that's kind of my number one point. Don't judge people by their appearances. Now, there's a part of it that you're saying, hey, is it just about how much? Is this only a good story because the guy brought in $200,000? What if he had only brought $200? Well, that's true, and there's also some ethical things that you have to think about with customer service. We want to treat customers well no matter how many dollars they have, no matter what they look like, and a lot of other variety of factors. But there's also a profitability impact of treating customers this way. This is how word of mouth starts. This is how we treat, if we treat one customer, they're going to tell another customer. And so come to find out, this person has told other people, and we've seen some good traction because we treated him well right away. We didn't ask questions in terms of just treating him, depending on no matter if he'd come in here in a nice suit or if he came in here in a raggedy old Grateful Dead shirt. Second thing is names are important. So this fellow's name is Jim. His wife's name is Kim. It was easy to remember because it's Jim and Kim. Okay? But every time he comes in now, we make sure every time we're like, hey Jim, hey Kim. If they're not together, it's a little awkward when they're together. But when they're there, when they come in, we try to make sure that we know their name. And if we know their name, they know a couple things about them. One is that we're paying attention to them. Second thing is we know they're a customer. We've had them in here. We learned their name. And the third thing that it shows is that we care. Okay? It's hard to say you care about somebody if you don't actually know their name. And so there is a quote from a book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. So when people hear their name, okay, Tyler, okay, I know you, I say your name, there's something in your brain that happens when your name is said. Kendara, okay? There's something about that sets off a trigger. It's a positive thing for people in their brains. So it shows that they care. And the second thing is, it's a sweet sound to them, okay? It actually has some impact on what happens in the brain. So we have don't judge a book by its cover. Second thing, our names are important. Third thing, okay, some of you guys are I'm too old, I know this, but some of you are too young. There's a movie called Field of Dreams. And in that movie, there's always this voice that comes on. And one of the times in the movie, it's ease his pain. Okay? Ease his pain. All right? And you'd have to understand the movie to understand more of it. But we want to think about when a customer comes into the bank, really what we're saying is, ease his or ease her pain. Why did they come in here? They had something that they needed or wanted to get done. Okay, so what is that pain? What is that obstacle that we need to overcome for them? What is that service that we need to provide? So a lot of times I'm telling our folks here in our customer service areas, ease their pain. What is it? Okay, and we have a pretty simple acronym for how we do that. It's called SEE, S-E-E. Okay, when they come in with the S, were they successful? Okay, second thing, how much effort did they have to put into being successful? And then the third one is emotion. How do they feel when they leave? So when we have a customer and we start to look at, hey, did that go well or did not go well? That can be a loan customer, that can be a deposit customer, that can be a customer coming in to talk about, getting a new account or exchanging coins. Were they successful? They came in with something that they do. They had a pain. What pain do we ease? How much effort did they have to put into it? Now, granted, we can't do everything for the customer, but did we make it as easy as we possibly can for them to be successful in their task? And then the third one is emotion. Okay, when they left, did you say their name? Okay, did they have a positive emotion? Did they leave happy? Did they leave frustrated? Sometimes we have customers that come in, they were successful, they didn't have to put in a ton of work, but they were frustrated by some of the work we had to do, or an obstacle, or something that we said, or something that happened. So it still didn't accomplish that final thing. So that's one way we just use that as a lens to see, hey, do we provide customer service at a high level? So with that, kind of ends what I want to talk about today. The three things I want you to walk away with. You can think about Jim and Kim. You gotta not judge a book by their cover, okay? Even if it's in a Grateful Dead shirt. Second one is people love to hear their name. If you learn their name, they know you care, okay? And they also have this reaction and a positive reaction to have their name. And the third part is, easing their pain. Did you help them accomplish what they need to accomplish? And did you do it in a way that they had not put a lot of effort into and that they have a wonderful emotional feeling when they leave? So that's it. Does anybody have any questions? I know it's not a ton of stuff, and I know it's not... You're going to put me on the spot here, yes.
How do you, if someone doesn't come in the bank very often, how do you, do you have a way of identifying who they are, or your employees have to help each other with that? I guess it just takes reps.
Right. So, good. So when you're you're new, so you'll probably see some of these things. But first of all, thank you for your question. Okay. And so our question is basically, how do you know? Is there a system? Is there a process? in order for us to be able to identify them. Do we rely on other people? And really, it comes down to, that's one of the nice things about being a community bank. You know, over time, you're going to get to know those customers. And then a lot of times, I encourage people to try to, after you help them the first time, I don't think, so when you're doing your first couple weeks here and you're going to get a new customer, and you can't expect that you're going to know everybody. But I think it's a good chance for them. You introduce yourself to them. Say, hey, I'm, so-and-so. I'd like to, meet you, or, what's your name? Okay, great. Maybe one thing about them, find something else, and try to remember that for the next time. Or when they leave and somebody else talk to them and say, who is that again? It's especially important here in a small town. It's probably, other places don't expect that, but people around here expect that. Did that answer your question?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Good. Thank you. Any other questions? Otherwise, I know you guys have, well, I don't cut you off if you have any, but anything else? Okay, thank you very much.